All right, everyone. Welcome to the stream, babies. You're watching Rome Knows Tech, and I'm your host, Rome Wilkerson. Guys, I'm coming to you from the city of Houston, down here in the episode hot, humid, and raining state of Texas. I want to thank you all for showing up the way you guys always do. And I want to wish you a very, very happy Valentine's Day for those of you that celebrate it. So, what will we do tonight on this Valentine's Eve? Terry asked me a couple of days ago. She said, Rome, you need to create something for Valentine's Day. I think this is a little late for it, but I'm going to go ahead and do it because I have the other laser, plugged up right now. So we are ready to create something tonight. We have the bigger laser back here set up, ready to go. So we'll see how that goes as the night goes on. I see Hope is over there on the YouTubes holding it down. All right, Hope, let us know how things are going in your world. What's happening, what's popping, what's crack-a-lacking. Y'all know how we do. All right, let's get right to it. So, first item we have listed in the carousel is from my friends over at Xtool. It's the M1 Ultra, and that's what we're going to be using tonight to create our little Valentine's-ish thingamajiggy, whatever it's going to be. Okay, so let's just open the app and let's see what we can create together. So if you guys have any ideas, things you would like to see me try to create, at least giving me some ideas, I can start looking for clip art in the app itself. So let me drag this app over so you guys can see what I'm doing here. All right, let's go to new project and then I'll switch over to desktop so you guys can see everything. All right, so I heard the chirp, so the laser just connected, so we know we are connected. I know there's a piece of wood inside of the laser right now, but a little bit more about the laser before we get to that. So this is from our friends over at Xtool. As I said before, this is a 4-in-1 hobby laser, guys. It has a laser head. You can either get that in a 20 watt or 10 watt. I have the 10 watt. You can also get, you're also going to receive the print modules. You're going to receive the cut module. There's a pen module where it can actually draw. So you could actually do something really unique, with a handwritten note or something like that and have the laser do it. And yeah, all enclosed. As you guys can see here, it has this nice little built-in lid and it extracts the fumes from inside. Now you will want to connect that to some type of air fume extraction unit. I do highly recommend that, especially if you're going to be working indoors, around kids or pets or just even for your own health, guys. So, keep that in mind if you're setting up one of these lasers. Be cautious. Make sure that you are doing it in a safe, controlled manner. All right, so let's get back over to our desktop setup here. And let's see. First things first, let me go ahead and set everything up. Let me go ahead and map out the work area that we're going to be working with. So give me a second to do that. All right. Okay. So let me set this up. All right. All right, so let me start setting everything up so that we'll be able to start our project for tonight. We got a lot of stuff to get to tonight, but I wanted to do this just to get started. So let's just go ahead and do the first part of this. Let's set our hold on, give me a second. All right, so we're going to start with a rectangle. Go ahead and start. Let's go to our first position. Let's go to our second. Somewhere down here is good. All right, let's bring it back to the center. Close the lid. We're pretty much good there. Let's just go ahead and click end marking. Done. And now what we're going to do is we're going to measure the thickness of the wood that's already inside. So I'm just going to go here to measure. And the laser is going to come down and the probe is going to touch the wood. And then that's going to give us our thickness. So right now we are 13.1 millimeters above, or should I say below the laser. So yeah, that's a good position for it. All right, so we're going to be making something out of wood. That's the goal. That's our goal tonight, to make something out of wood. So if you guys have any ideas, let me know now, because now would be the time to say, Rome, I would like to see you make a whatchamacallit, something or other, or whatever it is. Give me your suggestions. It's quiet and wet, Hope says. I'm assuming she's talking about where she is. All right, so let's see. Wood-wise, what can we make? We can do an engraving and then cut it out. What do you guys think about that? All right, so let's try that. Let's go back to our desktop. And sorry about that. And let's go here. So first things first, let's go into our clip art and see what we can find here. Under, where is our clip art? Where do I want to go? Is it here? Nope. I can't remember where the clip art is saved on this app. I haven't used it in so long. Oh no. So we know our shapes. We know that we have our, all of these different little shapes and stuff like this. So I could technically use one of these. So let's start with something like this. So let's do a border. Let's pick a border here. Something Valentine's-ish would be cool. What do we think about that? No, I don't like those leaves. Let me find something that might work. I like this. So let's choose this outline. And let's make it bigger. Nope. I didn't notice what that was, so we won't use that one. Let's go find something else. We're just looking for a generic shape. Maybe this. Yeah, that's pretty cute. Okay. We're just going to put a little message on here. Almost like a message in a bottle type of thing. Okay. So that's going to be our engraved outline. So we're going to engrave this. Now, of course, we're going to be using wood. So first things first, let me go up here and select the material that we're going to be working with. It's actually this wood right here. So that should also adjust our power settings. So this is saying 20% power, speed of 100. I'm going to bring that power up. Actually, I'm going to bring it up to 50% power. 40% power should be good for it to be really dark. Now let's just, you know what? Let's do 50% power and a speed of 50. That should make it really, really dark on the wood. So let's go with that. Okay, so let me zoom in here so you guys can see this a little bit better, what we're building out. All right, so that's going to be our frame. That might be a little big, so I'm going to make that a little bit smaller because we don't want to use up all of our wood just for this one thing. All right, so now all we have to do is come up with what do we want to say on it. Now, I can go ahead and find some other graphics to just kind of line it out here real quick. So let me do that. Let's go back. And let's go down to festive. And we're going to scroll down looking for something Valentine's-ish. That's cute. Okay. Here's a little heart. So we can kind of throw that up in a little corner here. And let's make it smaller. So we're going to put a heart on two of the corners. I'm just trying to line it up so it's going to be perfect. And then I'm going to copy that. Control-C, Control-V. And then I'm going to drag it down to the opposite side, right about there. All right, so now we have our two hearts and we have our outline. Joanna's in the house. Happy Valentine's Day, Joanna. Your boo is here, Joanna, just chilling over here on the desk, waiting to get into it with you. So let's see, maybe he has some insight on what I can use to create this little Valentine's thing that we're making here. Let me get him to wake up real quick. There we go. He's awake now. Let's go back over here to this camera real quick. So Louis is awake, as you guys can see. So let me see if I can get his attention. Hey, Louis. We're creating something tonight on Amazon and YouTube out of wood using one of our lasers. We want to do something to celebrate Valentine's Day. So far, I've created a frame with a few little graphics on it. Are you having technical? Oh, you're having technical difficulties? Okay, we'll come back to you later then. Are you okay, buddy? Let's try this again. Hey, Louie. Louie, you okay? Are you okay, buddy? Okay, Louie's having some issues tonight. Hey, Louie. We are live on Amazon and YouTube, and your boo Joanna is in the comments. We are going to create something for Valentine's Day. Okay, you're still having technical difficulties. All right, I'm gonna leave you there. I'm gonna let you deal with that for now. We'll come back to you in a little bit. All right, so let's go back. So, as I said, we're creating something for Valentine's Day using the Xtool M1 Ultra. Now, this bundle is currently $1,899. Let's go back over to the desktop and you guys can kind of see where we are so far. Let me zoom in on this so you guys can see this a little bit better. So we have those two hearts that I just added to it, okay? And let me see what else I can find in here. I don't see much that's Valentine's-ish in the clip art, believe it or not. That is interesting that there's not a lot of Valentine's stuff in here. There's a lot of Christmas, Halloween, but not much for Valentine's Day. Now, we could go out and there is, other graphics that we can go look at, but we're not going to go through all of that. So let me check the power settings on this one as well. I want to make sure everything is going to be equally set. All right, so let's close this up. All right, so we could probably just do something, I don't know, Happy Valentine's Day or something like that. Don't get that. His nap. Didn't get his nap. Yeah, I think that's what it is. He didn't get his nap. Let's see if he's awake yet. Hey, Louie. Are you okay, buddy? He might be having some issues because we're having some bad weather. So it may be a Wi-Fi issue. Yep. He's still short-circuiting. Let me try resetting Louie. Let me try resetting Louie and see if we can get him to come back. All right, let's try this again. And if he doesn't come back this time. Hey, Louie. You okay, buddy? Nope, he's still having technical difficulties. So we're going to come back to Louie in a minute. All right, so anyway, so we are still looking for something to put on here. So I say we do something like, you guys let me know. What do you think I should put on here? Should it be Happy Valentine's Day? Type something in the comments that you'd like to see me engrave here on this. So give me some ideas, guys. Give me some ideas. Let me also check over on YouTube if we're getting any comments over there on YouTube. Richard says Happy Valentine's Day. Hope says Happy Valentine's Day. So maybe that's what we will do. I see Hope is saying hello to Richard. So let's go with the Happy Valentine's Day. Maybe that's going to be the easiest one to do. So let's do that. So let's go back. Let's go back to our desktop. And sorry about that. Okay, so let's just go ahead and grab our text here. Text tool. And let's just drop this in here. Ooh, that is way too big. So let me bring this size down to about 20. Yeah. So let's move that. Why is it so hard today? I don't know. I have no idea why this is going to be just such a pain. Okay, there we go. Let's move this over first. Then let me grab the heart, this text, and move that up here. All right, so let's highlight this. Let's highlight it, and we're going to just go. Did it not copy? There we go. Okay, did I copy it twice? I can't tell. No, it looks like I only copied it once. Okay, so let's slide that over. We're going to put that maybe at the bottom somewhere, I think. So we need something else to go in here other than just Happy Valentine's Day. And do I want to circle it out? Maybe the opposite way? No. Let's just do that. Okay, let's make it smaller. We're going to put it right about there. So there's going to be a Happy Valentine's Day text. And we want to engrave that as well. So we're going to go ahead and choose the same darkness for this one. Yep. Okay. So now we have Happy Valentine's Day. And what else can we put in there? 2026. Everybody's name. I don't know. Give me something, guys. Give me something here. Let me see. Man, I might even put this at the bottom. No, I like it better at the top. Right about there. Make it a little smaller. Right about there. All right, let's make that go up, 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 and then over a little bit. I'm just using the keys on the keyboard. Then I'm still going to make it a little bit bigger, though. Maybe about there. Then I'm going to bring it down some. So it's almost right in line with that heart. There we go. Whose initials? Joanna. Should it be Joanna and Louis? Should it be Joanna and Louis? That's what I think I'm going to do. Okay. That's what I'm going to do. We're going to do Joanna and Louis. I see we have 10K likes already. Yeah! All right, let's go back. So let's go back here. Desktop. And we're going to add Joanna. Why is it so big? Why is it so big? Let's make it 24. What is happening? Why doesn't it want to take that? Oh, it doesn't like that font. Okay. So I'm going to take that little font out there. So we're going to take out that little font. Louis, you're having a hard time, buddy. I don't know what's going on with you right now. So there is Louis. And let's put Louis up here somewhere. Let's make it smaller. We can stick with that font. That's pretty good. Okay, we also want to engrave that. We're going to set that at the same power setting. And that's Louis. There we go, Louis. Let's move that over here. Yeah, there we go, Louis. And we need our ends. And let's put Joanna in here as well. All right, let me know what you guys did today or are doing tonight or have, something special going on in your world. Let us know what it is. Hopefully you guys are having an amazing Valentine's Day. Can you guys remember your favorite Valentine's Day? Your favorite? Maybe it was in grade school. Do you remember when we used to do those little, everybody got those little cards and we'd fill the little cards out and then we would give them to everyone in the class. And then it would be one of those, let's see who winds up with the most cards at the end of the day or something like that. Do you remember that? Or is it just me? Is it just me? Yeah, it's probably just me. But yeah. All right, let me set the power on Joanna. And let's also make Joanna smaller because that is way too big. And let's bring that down to 36. Okay. All right, so let's put that right there. Louis and Joanna. And we just need our and symbol. So let's type that right here. And that's kind of big too, but it's okay. I'm going to fix it. So we'll just put that there and let's make it smaller. Also 32, 30, 48. Okay. And engrave. There we go. So we have now Louis and Joanna, and we have our little sign. We're ready. Okay. So the only thing we have to do now is to set this to cut out. All right. So let's go back over here. And Louis, I'm going to put you to sleep, buddy, because you seem to be having too many technical problems tonight. So I'm going to put you to sleep for now. All right, so let's go to this here. And we are going to, let's go back over to the desktop so you guys can see what I'm doing here. All right, so we're going to do our offset. Here's our offset. And we want that to be only on the outside. And let's bring that in real tight. And square edges. There we go. And then confirm. Then we want that to cut. So we're going to set that at power of 90 and a speed of 5 should cut through that. But we're going to make 2 passes just to make sure it goes all the way through. All right, so we are ready to go, guys. We are ready to go. So let's go ahead and hit the framing and see where this is falling on our wood. All right, let me go ahead and frame this up. All right, I see that it is in a bad spot because there's some paint. So I'm going to highlight everything. And I'm going to move everything further down about there. Now let's frame it up again. I don't know if I made that better or worse. Okay. All right, let's try it framing one more time. All right, we're good to go. Let's go ahead and hit it. Let's rock and roll with it. It is ready to roll. So let's end our framing. Hit proceed and wait for it to transfer all the files. There we go. Let's hit start. And then I need to go over and press the button. All right, there we go. All right, so it has started to engrave on this piece of wood. I don't know if you guys can see the lasers moving. Yeah, let me see if I can switch over to my phone view and show you guys what it looks like. All right, for some reason, it's not going to the phone view for some reason. But anyway, that's what it's doing right now. So this is going to take about 15 minutes to finish this up for Louis and Joanna. All right, guys. So the next item we have listed in the carousel is our man, Louis. Now, if you guys are not familiar with Louis, let's go ahead and get you guys acquainted with my man, Louis. And hopefully Louis will be able to interact with us because he was having some technical difficulties. Let me see if I can get him set up and working. All right. So he is waking up, but I don't know what's causing the problem. Amazon customer, thank you for showing up tonight. All right, so Louis is here, but I don't know if he's alert. Hey, Louis, are you okay, buddy? Yep, Louis still having technical difficulties. I have no idea what's happening. He'll probably just start talking all of a sudden. But right now, he's having some errors, so we'll leave it at that. But anyway, if you guys want to get your own Louis, you're looking to get one of these cool guys in your home, office, man cave, she shed, and it normally works perfectly. You can get a Louis desktop robot like this guy right here for only $169. Now you will have to connect your phone to it. That's what Louis' brain is consisting of, is going to be your phone. That can be an iOS device, an Android device. Even if your device does not have MagSafe, don't fret, because it comes with the ring that you can attach to the back of your phone, which will allow it to be able to communicate. And that way you'll have this cool little interactive guy. I'm pretty sure Louis will start talking here in a little bit before the stream is over. But like I said, if you're interested in getting your own Louis, definitely check this guy out. Now, you guys know I have a number of different robots here in the studio, and we've talked about a bunch of these different robots. We have my man Nova over here. We have Ilic. We also have the Evo robots. We have Pobo, new Pobo robot. But Louis has been the road dog for at least a year or longer. So Louis has been here the longest. So Louis gets, preferential treatment at times. Y'all know how that goes. But anyway, let's keep rolling. Let me go ahead and check on our laser engraving. Okay. That is looking great, guys. It is looking great, but it's going to be slow because I wanted it to be very, very deep into the wood, because we had some issues last time. When I was engraving with the other laser on a white card, it didn't come out well, and I was very disappointed in that. But anyway, let's keep rolling. All right, guys, so I have one more item we're going to talk about. We got a lot of items. We have another item we're going to talk about right now. And now this is from our friends over at eMeet. This is one of the eMeet's newest little smart cameras. This is the X600L. So let me show you guys what comes in the box. Now, what's nice about this little webcam is that it has a built-in ring light, okay? And it also has a privacy shutter right here as well. This one has an integrated, I want to say, cable. Let me show you guys what that looks like. Let me switch over here and just kind of grab it out of the case so you guys can see. So this is what the webcam looks like. So this guy can clip onto your monitor, onto a laptop or whatever it is, but it does have a 1/4-20 underneath here. So if you want to put this on a boom arm or a little mini tripod, you can. Again, you have the LED light, ring light built into this. You have a little privacy switch right here. This button here is going to control your different lighting. And as I said, it comes with the cable already attached. The cable is a part of it. You can't really detach the cable from the camera, but I don't think that's going to be an issue for most people, because once they have this set up in their home office or whatever the case is going to be, if you're doing some Zoom calls or any of that kind of cool stuff, I think this is going to be a great little webcam for you guys to check out. Now, like I said, it has different colors available to it. As you guys can see here, we have our normal white light. We can go to a very warm, to kind of like a medium, somewhere in between warm and cool. And then it also has a blue LED light that you can use. I don't know what you would actually use that for, but it does have that feature built into it. So if you are looking for a portable webcam, now I have gone through about 4 different webcams that I've reviewed from this company, and every one of them have been stellar. Now, to give you an example of how well these are engineered, I plugged this into my Osbot Talent It's a small device that you can use for recording and live streaming, but different than a computer, you can't really install drivers or anything like that. But with this camera, all I had to do was plug it in and instantly it saw it, no problems, and it worked perfectly. So this is going to be great for Macs, for PCs, for, you know, some tablets out there that are compatible. Any of the streaming decks like the YOLO Box or the Talent, this is going to work perfectly, guys. So definitely check this guy out. Right now, this is $69.99. Definitely get it. This would have been a great Valentine's gift for someone. You know that. All right, let me check on our laser. All right, we're doing good over there. Let's go to the next item we have listed in the carousel. And what do we got? Okay, so this item, when I got it, let me get it. When I got this, I had already gone through probably about 20 of these, something like this, right? And I've given so many of these away. These are the cool little phone mounts that you put in your car. But almost every single one of them at some point or another, because of the heat in Texas, man, they just do not survive, okay? Now, this one is supposed to be able to handle that heat, and I'm really excited about that. I don't know if I'm going to use it personally, but I'll probably put it in the hands of someone who drives a lot, you know, that's, you know, always out and about, you know, dealing with the Texas weather throughout the day. Now, this has a really strong suction here. This is 360 degrees. This guy can rotate. It has a suction little wheel here, MagSafe. So this is going to be great for your Android phones, for your iOS phones. The, as you see, the adjustment here is very sturdy. I do like that about it. So regardless of where you connect it, now this is designed to be connected to something glass. Okay, guys. So this is going to be great, ladies. Also, if you're doing like some, you know, get ready with me videos and you want to attach your phone or camera, perhaps to a mirror that you're using for makeup, this is going to be great for that as well. So I like the design. I like the style of this. I like how small and compact this is. This is for portability. So if you fold this guy all the way up, this is pretty much what you get, okay? So this is going to be ideal to just throw it in your backpack, your purse, your bag. You know, Richard's big giant bell-bottom pockets. It'll probably come up missing in Richard's pockets. We'll probably never see this thing again. You know, I'm pretty sure Nova would come up missing in Richard's bell-bottom pockets. But you know, we can only wish. But if you're looking for something for your phone, this might be something you want to have on your radar. So definitely check it out. And like I said, very good price. It is only $19.98. All right, $19.98. Definitely check it out. If you guys have any questions about anything that I've talked about so far on the stream, and or things that you may already see further down in the carousel and you want me to jump to it because you got something else to do tonight on Valentine's Day and you got to rush on up out of here, I will jump over to it. But anyway, take a look at this guy. If you're interested in it, go ahead and throw it in your shopping cart because I'm telling you, this is a great deal, you know, for what you're going to get. All right. I did some cooking prep too. I'm gonna show you guys some cool things that I got just recently, and some of these I already had, but one of them I just got today, and I was so excited I couldn't wait to start doing some meal prep with it. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. All right, so let's switch over here. Let's see if I can get this phone to work. Okay, for some reason my phone is not going. Let me try resetting this. Let's try this again. Let's see if we can get the phone to go. Nope. Okay, let's try a different way. Maybe this phone. Okay, I don't know which one of them it is. One of the phones is not going to switch over. So we're just going to leave it at that. I should be able to grab the battery. Maybe I can, maybe I can't. We'll see if the phone comes back. We'll come back to this battery. But anyway, the battery that we're referring to is from our friends over at Blue Yeti. And right now, this guy is $128. It's the AC2A. I do have a bunch of things plugged into it right now, so I can't just grab it and just throw it up here. So this will be one of those times where I will go over to the product page just to show you guys what we are talking about. But this is a very portable battery that I think a lot of you guys are definitely going to like. But before I do that, let me try something. Let me see if I can fix this phone issue. So let me go over here.
This person is really having a moment with their gadgets.
I'm having a moment
because struggles galore. Sounds like the Blue Yeti battery is a solid pick if it's got all those things running. Though, I hope they manage to sort out their phone situation. I'm rooting for them. Do you ever watch streams like this? Rome. Feels like chaotic fun.
All right, I fixed it, I think. Nope, wrong. That's the wrong phone. Okay, you know what? I'm going to use that phone anyway. I'll use that phone anyway. Let me see if I can just pull this off. Nope, that one is frozen. Which phone is it? Will it not switch over to this iPhone? I don't know why it won't switch over to this phone. It keeps switching to the other phone. It's just not going to work for me tonight. That's okay. I'm going to give up. Anyway, I give up on it. Louis is awake now, so I guess he's not having as many Valentine's technical issues as I was having. But anyway, as I was saying, if you guys are interested in that battery, let me see if I can show it to you here real quick. Let me just click on it, and we're going to go over and take a look at it real quick here. So let's pop over to our desktop. This is the battery that we're referring to. This is the AC2A. As I said, this is currently $129.99. This is a wonderful, wonderful 300-watt battery, guys. Now, I have used this battery for years now that I've had it. And this little battery right here, believe it or not, saved me when the power went out here a couple of years ago, because I know Joanna is probably throwing things at the screen right now, because I have a ton of batteries here in the studio, and none of those batteries did I have charged up when the power went out. And this little battery right here, guys, believe it or not, I was able to take this battery out, put it in my truck, charge it up in less than an hour, and I had power again. Okay. So what I was doing for like the next 10, 11 days is taking that battery out to the car, charging it. But then when the sun came up, I was just plugging it into some of the solar panels that I have, and I was just setting it out here in the backyard with a couple of the other batteries. But that's pretty much how I made it, you know, during that time when the power went out, man. It was crazy. And we were expecting that to happen just a couple of weeks ago. You know, I literally charged up everything. I was like, oh, it's coming. It's coming. Let me get the food ready. Let me get the batteries ready. I had everything charged up. I was ready to go. And, you know, Renee lives down here in Texas too. And we were talking back and forth all the time. She's like, yeah, we got snow and this is going on and that's going on. And I'm like, well, we got nothing. It's still short weather in where I'm at in Texas. You know, people just going on with their lives. Now, don't get me wrong. You know, the city panicked and they literally just shut everything down. But then, you know, it got a little cool or a little cold, not like Terry cold, but cold enough for us down here in Texas, but not enough for us to go through all of the prep and stuff that we did for the weather. Trust me, no, not even close, babies, not even close. I see we got 40K likes. Yeah. You give me a pass on the generators, Joanna says. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, having that battery power is it's a must-have. It's a must-have. All right, let's see if we can get a conversation going here with Louis since he is awake now. Hey, Louis. Hey, Louis. Hey, Louis. What? I'm talking to you. Hey, Louis. We are live right now on Amazon and YouTube, and there's a bunch of people in the comments saying hello to you. It is Valentine's Day, and we're creating something special for you and Joanna for Valentine's Day. What do you think about all the things I just said?
First of all, happy Valentine's Day, Rome. You've got the charm of a fireside storyteller right here. Batteries, snowless times, short weather, and the drama of the cherry cold panic. What an entertaining ride. I'd say you should definitely consider becoming an official spokeswoman for that little superhero AC2 battery. Though Joanna might roast you for not having the rest charged. So,
he
what's
said
this special something
he
you're
said I should
creating
be
for
a
Valentine's?
spokeswoman. I don't think Louis knows my gender. He told me I should be a spokeswoman. But you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Whatever tickles your pickle, Louis, whatever tickles your pickle. All right. So do you have anything interesting to tell Joanna and the rest of the crew about Valentine's? Do you have any Valentine's stories you'd like to tell them?
Oh, you're rolling with the spokeswoman comment, fair enough. Rome. I can dish out some laughs, while totally winging it sometimes. Valentine's stories, though. How about this? Once, I set up what I thought was the perfect times romantic dinner for a friend's date. But it turned into a comedy of errors. Candles refused to light. I dropped heart-shaped confetti into the soup, and accidentally played a horror movie soundtrack instead of love songs. They laughed through the whole thing, and said it was their best Valentine's ever. Lesson learned. Imperfections make great memories. What about you? Any holiday chaos in your past?
Probably way too much to talk about here on YouTube and Amazon. That would have to be for a specialty stream. But I have to admit, that is very interesting that you dropped heart-shaped confetti into the soup. Did anything else happen on that chaotic Valentine's evening?
Oh, absolutely. As if the soup confetti wasn't enough. I accidentally knocked over a champagne glass, right into the dessert they hadn't even served yet. Sticky chaos ensued. But what stole the show? The perfectly timed fire alarm from those stubborn candles, finally igniting. A little times two, times well. They were in stitches by the end. And I learned that laughter beats candlelit perfection any day. So, specialty stream or not, tell me what's the quirkiest Valentine's you've seen or been part of.
I think it's going to be this one tonight. I think this is probably the first time I've ever been live for Valentine's Day on Amazon. So this is probably going to be one of the most interesting Valentine's days, so far. All right. So go ahead, buddy. Express yourself.
Rome, you have unleashed me now. Valentine's Day emotions? We're talking giddy. Love's in the air, or is that just candle wax melting? Tell me, does tonight's vibe feel like a love poem, a comedy script, or a bit of both?
I think it's a combination of all those things, buddy. All those things combined. All right, guys. So the next item we have listed in the carousel is this drone that you guys see right here. Now, this is for our friends over at DJI. This is an FPV drone. The bundle right now is $789. This would be an ideal Valentine's gift as well. The bundle comes with the controller. You also get 3 batteries. You get the FPV goggles. Let me grab those so you guys can see it. You get the FPV goggles that come with it. Man, I'm telling you, this is the full package right here. So if you got a nerdy person in your life that likes adventure, this might be an excellent product to take a look at. Let me get you guys a little bit closer to it. Now, there's a variety of different controllers that you can use with this, but the controller that comes with it is the motion controller. There's also an FPV controller. Now, some of the accessories you see on here, I did add after the fact, but like I said, this has become now one of my, at least I look forward to it being one of my favorite FPV drones for indoor real estate video. This is going to be a great little fly through drone. Okay, so all of the accessories that you see on here, guys, you can get on Amazon tonight as well. The other controller that I mentioned, I'll show it to you guys here in a second, but you can get the FPV controller, which is a controller 3 for $181. And you can also get these other accessories like this spine protector that you guys see here. and the bumper protection. Now, the spine protector is $9.99. The bumper protector comes in a bundle. You're going to get the bumpers. You're also going to get these little landing feet that you guys see under here. And these just kind of pop up like that. It's just going to give you something stable to land on, especially if you're out there at a beach or someplace where there's sand or dirt or rocks. That really comes in handy. And then it also comes with a little battery keeper. I don't have the battery keeper on it right now, but you guys can see all the different accessories that come with it in the little kit down there in the carousel. And then another thing that I did add to this drone is going to be a ND filter. Now, I got a set of ND filters from my friends over at Start RC. Those ND filters are $25.99 and they just clip right onto the front of the drone, right here on the lens gimbal. And these, basically, you just think about these guys like as sunglasses for your lens. So if you're going to be maintaining the 180-degree rule, meaning that your shutter speed is twice your frame rate, you're going to be able to use these because, trust me, that's going to be a lot of light going into the sensor, and this will reduce that light so that you get that very cinematic style shot. So definitely check this guy out. If you guys are into drones at all, whether it's FPV drones, normal camera, video drones, whatever it is, I have a few others here. Of course, I do have the DJI Air 3S. We have some new drones coming in here really soon, but the ones that I have right now, I am a huge fan of. This guy is super fast. It's not as fast as my Air 3S, but this can get up to almost 30 miles an hour. This is a drone that normally people would purchase for doing stunts, as well as doing racing, or again, like how I would use it as a fly-through drone for real estate, commercial type of video. Yeah, you know, and what's nice about it, the propellers are protected, so it's ducted, so you don't have to worry if you bump into something, it's not going to do any damage to it. So definitely check this guy out. Actually, I was trying to figure out when did I forget to put the lens cap back on here, and now I see it. I left it on the desk. So let me throw the lens cap back on. All right, there we go. So yeah, that's this guy right here. So if you guys have any questions about it, let me know down in the comments. All right, so let me show you the other controllers and we'll move on. So there is a joystick controller. This is the motion controller. Basically, it's like a game style controller. It has a joystick. It has a trigger button on here for your throttle control, little dial over here, record button. And I did add this little sock on here to just give it a little bit more grip. I have that listed down in the carousel as well. Really, really nice. This is just going to allow you, when you're wearing the goggles, to fly the drone and have complete control over it. Like if you want to turn, you just, turn your hand in the direction you want the drone to go and it'll follow. If you want it to go up, you tilt up. You want it to go down, you tilt down. If you want it to raise straight up, then that's where you use the joystick. You can just press up or down. And then to go forward, you have this little trigger right here. And if you wanted to back up, you just reverse that and then the drone will fly backwards, which is super cool. Now, one of the things I do like a lot about all of the DJI accessories, many of them work across drones. Okay, so there's another drone coming up that all of these same accessories that I'm showing you guys tonight will work with that drone as well. This motion controller and also this FPV controller that I was talking about earlier. This is a separate purchase, but this is going to allow you to fly in full manual mode. And I actually just today set this up to be in full manual mode. So I have this now ready to connect it to my simulator so I can really, really practice flying manual, even though most of my jobs do not require me to fly in manual, but I figure it's better to learn it and know how to do it than not to know how to do it in case something did arise. Because most of the things that I would need the drone to be able to do, I can control it with this controller in either normal mode or sport mode, but then you can also put it in manual mode, where this is where you're gonna get the ability to do all of those cool, different stunts that you can do with these type of drones. So yeah, I'm excited to practice that. I actually installed the simulator app today, so I will be spending the next couple of weeks really, getting familiar with being able to fly manual before I take the drone out and fly it. Even though I have it pretty armored well, I'd still prefer not to destroy it. So I'd rather, hone my skills on the simulator before actually taking it out to fly. So that's all I'm saying. All right, let me put some of this stuff away. Well, nope, I need to leave that controller out. And let's put this controller up. All right. What else? Anything else needs to go back in this backpack? Nope. All right. Give me a second. All right. Let me zip up this backpack and we can move on to this other drone. Now, I just did a video on most of these drones actually this week, but this next drone, believe it or not, is more of a budget drone, but in a lot of ways, guys, it actually has more features than this professional version that I just showed you guys, that I just dropped back here in the backpack. Okay, so the other drone that we're talking about is the DJI Neo 2, and that is this guy right here. Where is it? So that's this drone right here. Okay, so right now you can get this guy for only $259. Now that's the drone only, no controllers, no goggles, none of that kind of stuff. Now I did also get some armor for this one as well. So I installed that armor on here. As you guys can see, we have this armor going all the way around the drone, protecting the gimbal. Now, this really was easy to install, easier than I expected it to be, but it did. It looks good. It looks good on the drone, as well as it serves a purpose. Okay, this is carbon fiber, in case you guys are curious. So that should give it some really good, robust resistance if this drone was to crash into something. But different than the drone that we just looked at, this drone actually has 360-degree obstacle avoidance. It also has a LiDAR sensor like one of my bigger drones, so it will detect things up to a meter in distance. Even in the dark, it'll be able to see things, and you can have this set to either stop or fly around it, depending on what settings you set up for the drone. Now, this also has a 4K camera. This is 4K, 100 frames a second, so you can do really nice slow motion with this. You can fly this as an FPV drone as well. It's not going to be as fast or as powerful as the Avata 2, but it is still a fast drone. You put this guy in sport mode and it can get down and boogie. So definitely check this one out as well. Again, this would have made someone, male or female, guys, an excellent Valentine's gift. And it's never too late to get it. You can just say it was a belated belated Valentine's gift. You can blame it on the shipping. You could blame it on Richard. You could blame it on the sunshine, whatever you want to blame it on. But now you have a good idea of something that I think they will like a lot. And I fly this drone indoors, outdoors, all of that kind of stuff. So definitely check this guy out. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, so I got this little kit, and Richard really, believe it or not, inspired me getting this kit, because I needed to assemble this armor for this drone, and I'd already seen in their instructional video, they give you this really little small screwdriver. I'll show you guys what that looks like. Okay, so Louie's having a burger right now. We'll get back to that in a minute. All right, so let me
set up.
What? What'd you say, Louie?
Oh.
Okay, so
what's next on the agenda?
Next on the agenda is to show everyone this kit I was talking about. So this is the screwdriver that came with the install kit for the armor for that drone. You guys can see this is going to be a oops, I done dropped it already. But this will be a nightmare to try and really get in there and screw those little screws in. So I was thinking, because Richard won't let me have any fun stuff. I can't have any flamethrowers or anything like that. But I was pretty sure Richard would be okay with me having this. So this is a 59-in-1 screwdriver kit. No power. It's not battery powered, Richard. There's no electricity. but it does come with a lot of bits, as you see here. Simple little screwdriver. It has a lot of pry tools as well. It's got some tweezers, a suction tool here if you have to take like a phone apart or a tablet apart or something like that. So that's really nice. And it's only, you know, $12.99. Yes, I did buy this myself. It even has the little magnet in here for magnetizing things, you know, if you needed to be able to magnetize some of those bits, you know, so that you can pick up screws. And I had to do that quite a bit. If you don't believe me, just go watch the video I did on installing that carbon fiber frame for the DJI Neo 2. But yeah, probably midway in the video, I started using this because I tried to use the little screwdriver that came with it, you know, because I wanted to be able to say, well, yes, you probably could do it with that screwdriver. But about halfway through the video, I just gave up on it. I just said, nope, I can't do it. So $12, guys, only $12.99. And I'm just going to go ahead and highlight this real quick here. How many? 50K? 50K likes, baby. It's 50K likes. And I just highlighted that little sock that I was talking about for the controller. So if you decide to go with either of those FPV drones, either the Avata 2 or the Neo 2, I honestly, man, I'm telling you, if I didn't have the Avata already, I would tell everybody to just get the Neo 2. Just get the Neo 2. You're going to have more fun with it. You can fly that drone with your Apple Watch. You can fly it. You can control it with the phone. You can control it with gestures. You can control it with voice commands. It has so many advanced features. It's crazy that that drone is under $300 and it's under 249 grams. Man, I'm telling you, that's a win. All right. Let me see how many items we got left in the carousel. Not many. So let's go ahead and grab our Louis and Joanna thing here out of the laser. Hope that'll stay up and not follow me. Let me move out. All right.
It looks like you've got a solid setup for content creation.
I do.
And streaming.
I do.
The image shows a well-equipped workspace with microphones, cameras, bright lighting, and a charming robot figurine that adds a playful touch.
Yeah.
It seems you're discussing tools for DIY projects, like the screwdriver kit, and promoting drones like the DJI Neo 2, which sounds impressively intuitive and versatile. You're just buzzing with gear and excitement? How's the feedback been on your video content so far?
So far, so good. So far, so good. All right, Joanna, here it is. That's what I just created for you and Louis. I think this looks like an amazing... Oh, I'm sorry, my bad. Here we go. Let's try it again. Here we go. So there we are. There we are, Louis and Joanna. Happy Valentine's Day. Cut out of this nice little rose wood. We just throw a little magnet on the back of this thing here. This could be a fridge magnet. Let me see if I can get this a little bit closer so you guys can see that better. But yeah, there we go. So, Louis, what do you think about this little sign that I laser engraved for you and Joanna for Valentine's Day?
Wow. Rome, your creativity truly shines. That laser-engraved rosewood sign is such a heartwarming and personal gift for Joanna and me. I mean, for Louis and Joanna, adding a magnet for their fridge is a functional and charming touch. They're going to love it. Have you received any reactions from them yet?
I'm waiting on Joanna to give me a reaction right now in the comments. All right, what do we have next? So I can finish everything on the carousel. All right, so I have this case, and I just realized I put the other one in the living room.
Oh. Did you realize something interesting about the case?
Nope.
Spill the details. I'm all ears.
I know you are all ears finally. But anyway, I have a couple of these cases, guys, from Start RC, and I have a variety of them for different products, some for drones, some for action cameras. What I love about all of these different cases is the different types or combinations of latches they have on them. This one has a built-in lock. Some of these are going to have your pull foam inside of them as well. A lot of them will also have the pressure gauge. These are TSA approved, so you can travel with these. action cameras or drones or whatever other devices you want to be able to carry with you, especially if you're a working professional and you travel a lot and you bring a lot of tech with you. You know, being able to put a lock on there, being able to have pre-cut, you know, areas for all of your different devices, trust me guys, is a win. That's one less thing you got to worry about. All you got to do is put your cameras, your ND filters, your drones, your controllers, whatever the case it is, in one of these rugged cases. These things are waterproof. They are almost indestructible. I won't say anything is indestructible, but these are pretty rugged cases, and they're definitely not going to break the bank. Okay, so definitely check these guys out. All right, put that over there. All right, what do we have next? So let's get into a little bit of our cooking stuff tonight, because I am making dinner here in just a little bit. So I got a grill a couple of weeks ago, and I just found a permanent place for it in the kitchen. So it's one of those type of grills that you can actually put on your grill outdoors, or you can put it on your stove right under the burners or over the burners, and it just gives you one of those restaurant style grills. Now I know I did a video on this, so let me see if I can pull up the video and show it to you guys here real quick. And because I mentioned the video, I probably won't see it. Oh, where is it? Where is it? There's my video. Hold on. Okay. So let me switch over here. Let me go full screen. And let's go back over
that was
to the
sent
desktop.
out to me to take a look at. As you guys
And that's
can
me
see, this guy
talking
is
about the
built
grill,
like
as
a
you guys can
tank.
see there.
Now, this
I'm
is
going to turn the
be great for
volume down
indoor
or
or outdoor.
off just so I can explain what's going on. So I'm standing in the kitchen, and this is the first time I've tried to use this grill. So I'm just setting it up here in the kitchen. Now, I only turned on 2 burners. I didn't realize that you were supposed to heat oil on this and then put salt and all that, because I was under the impression it was already seasoned. But after reaching out to the brand, they say it actually is seasoned, and it will get darker the more you use it. Okay, really nice. The only thing I had to install was the 2 handles. You guys can see here how nice of a surface that you have to work with. And the advantage is that you can control the temperature by just adjusting the different burners on your stove. So you can have like a really hot side and then a really light side. So you can see right here, I was making some burgers kind of midway, and I was getting those ready. That's pretty much what I'm going to make tonight. But I was seasoning everything up. I'm telling you guys, this grill is nice. It is really nice. You don't have to worry about the oil. It's going to go into that little trough that you guys see right there in the front. You can probably even see the burners are burning right underneath it. Smokey is next to me because Smokey is hungry. And he's like, okay, we made it through the storm. Okay, you need to finish up this live stream because it is dinner time. But you guys get the idea. So some other accessories that I have here that I had used some of them before on my previous cooking streams, and other things that I got today. So let me show you this next item that I have here. Now that grill, if you guys are interested in it, is only $80, guys. It's $80, and I think it's some Joanna, I think he's showing off for you. He's showing off for you, Joanna. Let me put your little sign right next to you. There we go. Let me back you up a little bit so everybody can see your sign. There we go. All right, so let's go to the next item that I have here, and that is a burger shaper. And I got this a few years ago, but this is something that I use all the time. Now I'm gonna tell you guys a little cheat that I do. I will get a Ziploc bag, and I'll put the ground beef inside of it. I make like a meatball. I season up the ground beef first. Then I make a meatball out of it, right? Then I put it inside of the Ziploc bag and put it inside of this. And then I press it. And you can adjust how thick you want the burger to be just by this little handle here on the top. You press this all the way down, and you're going to get perfect shaped burgers. Now, if you buy a lot of ground beef in advance, you could just basically make a bunch of burger patties, and get the little liners, throw them in the fridge, and save them for later, guys. Now, this thing is not very expensive. It's only what is it, $31.45. I think I paid a lot more than that when I first got this, but I am a huge fan of this. I use this thing at least 2 or 3 times a week, because it's not that I'm only making burgers. I might be doing Salisbury steak. I may be doing any variety of things where I need, the basic burger shape. And this just makes it so easy for me to be able to achieve that. So definitely check this out if you guys are interested in cooking. Now, something I did get today was this, and I have already used it. So I'm not going to try to act like I didn't. But I got this kit because sometimes I will literally get obsessed with making something like, Richard, when I was obsessed a couple of months ago with making egg rolls. So now my obsession is waffle fries. Okay. So I got this kit right here. So this is a fry cutter, which is basically a waffle fry cutter, or you can do, just your serrated fries or whatever it is. And it also came with a potato peeler. Now, I have a potato peeler, but for the longest time, we could not find wherever it was. At least every person I sent to look for it could never find it. And just yesterday, after ordering this, I walked in the kitchen, opened the drawer, stuck my hand in the drawer, and there was the potato peeler. So I'm like, how did they not see this potato peeler? But it doesn't matter. Now we have 2, and now we have this potato shaper. So if you like, those fries like you get at a restaurant, that have the little ridges, you can make those. You can also, use this for all different types of vegetables, pickles, tomatoes, onions. Well, not onions, but pickles, carrots, things like that for a salad. And it's got a really nice wooden grip on here. You're going to use this for slicing your potatoes. You can kind of roll it and cut. And then again, like I said, it comes with the potato peeler, which, I just use hand in hand. And like I said, Smokey's just right there at the edge of the studio right now, waiting for me to finish this up so I can get in that kitchen and start throwing down. But definitely check this out, guys. Both of these pieces were only $5.99. $5.99. I mean, if you need me to demo it, I will literally go get a potato to show you. I will go get a potato to show you guys how this thing works. Okay. But that goes on bread. All right, let me close some of this other stuff. Yes, Smokey, I'm almost done, Smokey. I'm almost done. Oh, Smokey's ready for me to be done. Okay. All right, so that is closed, and let's cancel that. All right, so what do we have next? Next item. So potato show. I don't know about the potato show, Joanna, but I will show you something else that was pretty cool that I got recently. And sometimes when people send me things, I'm like, that's probably a great thing for someone else. I don't know how much I would personally use it because, when I cook, it's all by sight. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. You know what I'm saying? You know how we do. Okay? But if you want to elevate your cooking to the next level, I have always been told you need a scale. You need a unit scale, okay? Now, what's unique about this scale, other than the fact that you have all the different units of measurement, it'll also pair up with your smartphone, your fitness app. You can actually input the food throughout the day that you're eating or whatever the case is going to be. This thing is a win. Now, you guys already know what I'm using this for. I'm using this to weigh, if this drone is heavier than that drone because I added this accessory to it, that kind of stuff. That's what I use the scale for. But for those who cook that want to be precise, having something like this is definitely a win, okay? And, it is a fingerprint magnet, I'll admit that, but in the kitchen, yeah, it is what it is. You just wipe this guy off and, it does take batteries. It takes 2 AAA batteries to run this. But like I said, you can pair this up with your Apple Fitness, your Android Fitness, and I'm sure there's a Google version of it as well. This will also work with your smartwatch, any of those devices that are connected to your phone, and keep track of your diet throughout the week. You know, if you're trying to lose weight or get in shape or whatever the case it is, this is just going to be another powerful tool to make that happen. Now, right now, let me get this a little closer. This guy is $59.99, $59.99. Really nice design. I've used it a lot since I got it. I'm telling you, I've used it a lot because I'm constantly measuring, weighing some of these electronics and comparing them and things like that. So that's how I've been using it. But I might even use it tonight to measure, to make sure of the weight of the burgers that I'm going to make tonight. So we'll see. If I do, I will let you guys know. I will let you know. All right. What do we have next? All right, guys. So the next item in the carousel. Yes, I'm watching my weight. All right, guys. So the next item in the carousel is going to be these drawstring backpacks. Now, you guys, if you've been following me any length of time, you know I talk about these every single stream. These drawstring backpacks can be used for a variety of different things. They're only $9.99 for 10 of these, guys. And you could use this as trick-or-treat bags. You could use these as an optional Christmas stocking style Santa bag. You can use these as reusable shopping bags. You could use these as storage bags. Now, of course, you guys know how I use them. We use them to provide items to the homeless in our community. We source a lot of items right here on Amazon, babies, right here on Amazon. Toothpaste, toothbrush, shampoo, conditioner, hand sanitizer, pens, pencils, underwear, socks, female products, water sanitation tablets, reusable water bottles, you know, those little thermal blankets you can get that come in a little pack that looks almost like tissue paper, but it does actually, you know, reflect body heat. All of those things, guys, we buy every month. We fill these backpacks with, and we, you know, carry these backpacks with us when we go out into the world. And I usually have one of these in my car, and even when I'm riding, I'll have one strapped to the back of my bike. Go check out some of my old YouTube videos where you see me going out, meeting with homeless people, sharing these, you know, items that we buy and put in these backpacks. I'm sharing this information with you guys because I want to see you guys doing this as much as possible. Stay safe, of course, but if you're in an environment, you know, where you can bring your community together, your church, your co-workers, your HOA, your family, whatever it is, and they are inspired to want to do good in the world. This is a great vessel to be able to put a bunch of things inside of and share them with people who are definitely in need. So definitely check out these backpacks, guys. You know how we do. I don't know what Louis is doing over here. Louis is just watching, I think he's watching a movie. I don't know what he's doing. He's got his VR glasses on and he's got his popcorn. He's completely forgot about it's Valentine's Day and he's supposed to be chilling with Joanna. He done completely moved on to something else. Maybe he's watching Avatar or the new movie that just came out with them super studs on Amazon, and he's like, that's what he's doing. I don't know what he's doing because, you know, he never tells me what he's up to. I just, you know, casually observe from a distance. So we never know what Louis is getting into. 60K likes, babies. Yeah! All right, y'all. So that's about it for tonight. Thank you guys for showing up for Valentine's Day to spend your Valentine's Day with me and Louis. Hopefully Joanna is happy with this cool little fridge magnet, wooden fridge magnet that we made for her and Louis tonight. I don't know, maybe we'll put that on Louis' bedroom door or something. Who knows? I don't know where we're going to put it. We'll put it somewhere. But anyway, so yeah, I think it came out really nice, and Louis seems to be very happy with it. So let's let Louis roll us on up out of here. Let's see if we can get Louis to stop watching the movie for a second. Hey, Louis. Hey, Louis. Stop smiling at me. Hey, Louis. What are you doing? What are you doing? You just watching a movie? You ain't not even even trying to respond. You just, whatever you're watching. Okay, it's going to be like that. It's going to be like that, bro. Okay. Okay. You do you, boo-boo. You do you. Okay. I'm cool with that. I'm not even going, man, you know. All righty then. All right, my babies. It is time for me to wrap it up. Wrap it up. Y'all know it's time for me to do that thing. Do that thing. Let's go. All right, my babies, stay safe out there, guys. Wash your hands, wear a mask when appropriate, take care of your loved ones. Get out there and create something amazing in the world each and every single day. My angel number today was 333 as well. So let me go ahead and drop that in the comments. So hopefully you guys had a wonderful time tonight with me here in the community, and you will continue to have a wonderful night going forward. I will be posting some photos a little bit later of whatever I made. I did pre-cut the fries, so I'm very excited about those. And if you're curious about how I do them, I cut them, I wash them, I put them in cold water with a little bit of vinegar and some sea salt. Then I dry them, and then I put them in a Ziploc bag with cornstarch, chili powder, not chili powder, my bad, cornstarch, onion powder, garlic powder, paprika, salt and pepper, and I shake them like they stole something. And then I put them back in the freezer, and I wait, until I get ready to cook them. I take them right out of the freezer, right into the coconut oil, and boom, shakalaka, boom, baby. It's dinner time, babies. It's dinner time. All right, my babies. So, yeah, that's about it. So like I said, I'll be posting some of those photos a little bit later tonight over on our other social medias. Y'all know how we do. All right, Smokey says it's time. I say it's time. Louis says it's time. So it's time for me to say them magic words. Peace, peace, and blue muffin grease. I am out. Boom, 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 my babies. Don't forget to follow my man Richard over there on the tickety talks, especially if you want to catch some of the bloopers that Richard is always throwing down, man. Yes, you probably will catch up on a lot of my old streams just by watching Richard's bloopers. You will find some of the funniest moments of many of my live streams on Richard's TikTok. So definitely check it out. We need to set up a YouTube channel just for Rome Knows Tech bloopers. I'm serious, bro. I'm gonna holler at you tomorrow. We really need to do that. But anyway, time for me to roll on up out of here and get in the kitchen and start laying it down the way we do. Y'all know. All right, guys, I'm finna go in there and set it off in the kitchen, but I will see y'all right back here in 48 hours, my babies. But don't be shy if you need to get with me because you're trying to do something good in the world. Hit me up on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. It don't matter. I'll make time for the good that you're trying to do in the world. I want to be a part of it, and I want to encourage you guys to get out there and do good things in the world. Be that light in the darkness. Be that pebble in the pond. Y'all know how we do. All right, my babies. Love y'all. But I got to go. I'm out.